So, congratulations on your film. It's a beautiful film, and it's very
Yeah.
moving. But there's no dialogue, so it's all you have to rely a lot on the music and the atmosphere. I mean, that must have been really difficult.
Yes, thank you for having me here. Yes, it was extremely difficult, but at the same time, I think it's easier too for audiences to understand what's the meaning of the movie, because film is a universal language. So not having dialogue and having the music and the images and the cinematography and the editing showing you where this character goes, and what's her emotional journey, I think it's something that connects to everybody universally. So it actually worked out really good.
What kind of cameras did you use? Because you're in really some dark locations.
Yeah, well, we actually used Sony F55, for the movie, and that was the whole. That's actually the only camera we use, the camera that we have at the university. And yeah, it works great. We had a great cinematographer. So I think the job that has been done for the movie is very artistic. It's very unique, and at the same time, I mean, it's pushing whatever technology we had available, to get the best image that we could, because we needed that since we had no dialogue.
And was this produced within the University de
Yes,
Peru?
it's yes, University of Lima. I'm the director of CREA, which is a production laboratory or production house that we have at the university, and it's the first movie that's completely produced by a university, and I'm very proud of that, to be part of this project. And I think it's a great opportunity for academics and artists to get together and try to make something bigger that can go international. So I see this as a first opportunity to keep making and pushing the envelope of the kinds of things a university can do.
And this Moonheart is being submitted as the official Peruvian selection for the Academy Awards. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We got the news in late October, and I mean that was unbelievable. We haven't started. Well, we started doing the movie commercially in Peru, putting it on movie theaters, and at the same time we get this news. So it was perfect timing. We're very honored and we're very surprised, and we're just going along with the ride.
And there's some Japanese influence here with the robot, which I grew up on Japanese films,
Yes.
especially like The Boy and the
Oh,
Robots.
me
And
too. Me too.
so
Yeah, me
here
too.
it's funny
I
to
love.
see here an elderly person looking to a robot for as a hero.
Yeah, yeah, and the influence was big on Aldo Salvini, who is the director, because here in Peru we have lots of Japanese influence too, and the shows with the robots, like Ultraman and all those kinds of shows, came over here in the late '70s, and well, maybe a little earlier than that, but you had Godzilla and all those kinds of movies, before, and Harryhausen, from America. So it's a mix of lots of things, from childhood, and they get transferred, because it's not straight Japanese. They get transferred to like a Peruvian mythology. So the Yaguarbot that it's back here, it's a mixture of all those things. But thinking of a show that was made in the '70s or '80s in Peru, that instead of being Japanese, it was a Peruvian show, where you have a giant robot fighting mythological creatures from Latin America.
I love the robot's design. Was it practical? And how
It,
much? Or can you tell me about it? Whether it was practical
yeah,
or CGI?
it was 100% practical, and that was a choice. That wasn't because of budget or anything. We decided that every special effect that we had on the film had to be practical. So we built the robot at the university. It was like making an Iron Man suit, where we got the Fab Lab. I have the audiovisual lab, but the Fab Lab, they made it using 3D printers, scanners on the actors, to have a 3D model, and then we built everything from scratch. So we actually made the whole thing, by ourselves, which is great.
Oh, well, it's absolutely beautiful. I was like, wow, that robot looks really good, you know?
It
Um,
does. It does. Thank
yeah.
you.
And Haiti, the actress, the main actress, she is so great. I mean, you just want to
Oh
grab
yeah.
her and take her somewhere and help her.
Yeah.
And she's a big star there in Peru, right? Is what I read.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, I did Cáceres. She's been working on the Peruvian TV and film industry for over 50 years, and she's done everything, but this is her first feature film as a protagonist. So it's a big deal for her and for us, and to be so well received. Her character and her journey. I mean, it's very emotional for her, and it's very emotional for us. I used to work with her when I work at the university as a assistant professor, on the student short film. So I used to see her acting before we actually hired her for the movie. And we knew since the beginning that she was the perfect choice to play M, the main protagonist. And she investigated a lot, for the character, because it's a character that actually suffers, a lot, through the movie. She has some issues, there's issues with mental illness. There's the aspect of being homeless. So it was a very tough character, but she was very motivated by being able to play somebody like that. And she actually, I mean, in Peru, just like in here, there's like a homeless situation. I mean, all over the world, you can relate to that. And she had to follow some people around, to see what was it like, to be in the shoes of a person like that. And she took the challenge and she did it amazingly.